Hey YouTube, this is Gerko Kaiser. I'm gonna do a deck profile here of Sealed Dragons. Um, yeah, I'll just get started straight into the deck list before I talk about anything else. So, starting Vanguard, Terry Cloth right here. He's pretty good. I like him. He's definitely something the deck needs in order to do what its goal is. So I can't really complain about him. Next we have 4 of the Sealed Dragon crit, 2 regular crit. Obviously in a Archetype deck you don't really want to have non-Archetype cards. However, you really don't want to play stand triggers, and yeah, so you have to make do. Next we have Horde the Shield Dragon draw into Gatling Claw Dragon. Again, just like with the crit. However, I like the draw power. The reason there's 6-6 ratio here is because this deck does generate pluses by killing cards. However, this deck doesn't have a way to generate pluses for itself. This deck just minuses the opponent. It doesn't give itself pluses. So the draw triggers are a way for the deck itself to rebuild if it starts falling behind. As well as it's a cross ride deck that helps you get to your cross ride and stuff. And there are ways to utilize the draws for more draw. And then last trigger we have is 4 heals. Grade 1s, we have 4 of the Sealed Dragon Perfect Guard, 4 of the Sealed Dragon 10k Grade 1 Beater, obviously very useful. Anything that can play the role of a booster or attacker is good. Then we have 4 Cursey, the drop and draw on call if your opponent is a Grade 2. I like this unit a lot. It's very versatile, being that it can boost and still help you get to cards you need. Like if you're getting a misride and you went second, and then you can drop him, discard, draw, maybe get your Grade 3. So as when you have the 6 draw triggers, you can just give up a draw trigger and draw something else. Then last Grade 1 we have is this guy. He's the Soul Blast if you boost a blockade to get +6 and boost for 10. I don't really like him very much, but the deck needs to have more Sealed Dragons in it. A previous build I had 4 bars in here, but too often I was ending up with bar in the damage zone and it interfered, so I wanted to have more Sealed Dragons, so I have to play this guy kinda. Grade 2s, we got for the 10k Sealed Dragon, for Jakar, the 12k Beater, and then for Corduroy. Corduroy is a really, really good card. This card actually deserves to be more than just a common. It's at least a double rare in terms of how good it is. Like half the time he's a +1, and if not, in this deck especially, it doesn't even matter if they get something, so this card is very, very good. Then we have 3 regular blockade. He was very, very mediocre. Yeah, he's mostly just there because he's a Sealed Dragon. And then we have 4 of Blockade Inferno, which is actually pretty good. However, like, the only reason regular Blockade is in here, as I said, is because he's a Sealed Dragon. The cross ride isn't even worth running this card. You only run this card because it's a Sealed Dragon, really. This deck needs the Sealed Dragons, which the deck is pretty good overall, but it has its flaws. That being that you're so forced to play Sealed Dragons. You have to kind of play as many as you can get in without the deck sucking. Because all of their counterblasts in this deck you have to counterblast the Seal Dragon, and you need Seal Dragon Vanguards for the beaters to get their boosts. So it doesn't leave you a lot of like creativity room. So yeah, and the deck is kind of like linear in terms of what it does, although it does work pretty decent, but there's not a lot of room for creativity, and once you do your thing, you're kind of like burnt out and it becomes very stale, and it's just a beatdown type of game. So the deck is cool and it's fun, but it gets kind of linear once you do your thing. So you're obviously using him for your game-winning plus move. It's basically what this deck is. It's a setup deck. You set yourself up, and then you utilize his limit break to get a big plus all at once, and then a big push. But from then out, the deck generally doesn't do anything. Ideally, you want to wait till you can get to like 5 damage. Have like 2 of these guys, and still have your starting Vanguard. You then use his effect, and you play your 1 to 2 of Corduroy, and then you have then you use your limit break and get like from +2 generally to up to +4 off the move. So in the end though, it's like a +4, however it ended up costing you like about 4 damage. So yeah, sometimes your opponent just doesn't end up getting anything off these, so it doesn't really matter because you're getting the plus anyway. But yeah, the deck's okay. It's fun. Generally most Vanguard decks are pretty fun, but it burns out after it does what it does. So yeah, thank you for watching.